All right, dun 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 dun. This, you guys might recognize as Kenneth J. Lane. This style of Kenneth J. Lane with the like faux stone cabochons, that very rich gold tone, definitely be on the lookout for that because this cuff sold for $160 on Etsy. All right, here's the mistake of the weekend. Are you guys ready? I don't even know how this happened. Okay. And then we have this Hermes tie that I got from the bins for like less than 25 cents. All right, you guys know what time it is. It is what sold over the weekend. As a full-time stay-at-home mom, part-time reseller, mostly selling jewelry and some shoes and accessories. And I have so many great jewelry orders to show you. I sold Hermes today as well and some great shoes. I'm wearing my Weiss clip-ons, which is so funny because I think it's a viewer or a repeat buyer just bought one of my Weiss brooches as I'm like pulling orders. So I am so excited. These might have drawn attention somehow in the eBay world to my Weiss brooch. Oh, also, I'm wearing my KJL, Kenneth J. Lane ring. It looks very Chanel, doesn't it? But I'm wearing that because I also sold a KJL cuff for 160 something dollars. So let's get into these sales. Okay, here are the jewelry orders going out and another great weekend of sales. I still am waiting on a couple payments. We'll see if those go through, but this was a huge mistake. I will let you know about that. And you might recognize some of these pieces, and I hope you guys learn a lot. So let's get into the first one over here. Just listed it and it just sold. This was in my last video that I should be uploading tomorrow. Today's Monday. Should be going out tomorrow. This is marked on the back. And I'm so sorry, you guys, for the last video. It was like, I've learned my lesson to not put a lot of things in the screenshot because it focuses on everything in the background. So jewelry was really blurry. But anyways, this one is marked SHPINC, which is Stanley Home Products, I think. There's not much out there as far as jewelry goes. Definitely think that this sold, though, based off of the bezel set red glass look. Not necessarily the brand. So sold for $20. Just got this at Salvation Army for $2.99. Here is a Murano beautiful vintage barrel clasp long necklace where it has all these little Murano beads. And I actually have some earrings that are still listed that probably match this. I didn't get them together, but they're white with that colorful like, I don't know, flower and eyeball shaped things going on. But anyways, this sold on Etsy for $65 after shipping. My profit was $61.10. Got this in a neighbor lot for $1.50. All right, dun 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 dun. This, you guys might recognize as Kenneth J. Lane. This style of Kenneth J. Lane with the like faux stone cabochons, that very rich gold tone, definitely be on the lookout for that because this cuff sold for $160 on Etsy. My Etsy sales were like on fire this weekend. Sometimes I can go a week or two without an Etsy sale, and then I think I have like 5 or 6 sales going out this weekend, which is pretty great. Anyways, it's marked on the cartouche right there, KJL, which stands for Kenneth J. Lane, which Kenneth J. Lane is a higher end costume designer, definitely a Bolo brand. And I paid $3.50 at Value Village, I think it was a year ago. So she had just put this out and I said, I would like that piece. And she was like, oh, is it marked? I couldn't find anything on it. And I was like, yeah, it's marked. It's marked Kenneth J. Lane. And so, yes, they are looking at that particular store. They are looking up maker's marks and comps, because I definitely think that she would have priced it up if she figured it out. So I got lucky with that one that she had just put that out. Okay, these are Silpada Amber earrings. I've actually sold this style before, and I was at when I was at the Goodwill bins and I recorded it with you guys. There was a lady who was walking past me. She was wearing these earrings, and I said, "Oh, I love your earrings. Are they Silpada?" And she said, "Oh, I don't really know." And so they were these exact earrings. So I knew they were, or, you know, they could have been a reproduction of this style, but definitely look the same. These are amber and sterling silver, sold on Posh for $28. I got them in a Shop Goodwill lot where it was a sterling lot. No, it was like a southwestern sterling lot. So this was more of I paid up for it, I should say. Paid $10 a piece. This was a smaller piece in the lot. Okay, here is a Tassel Lariat faux pearl necklace. A lariat is where it can be like worn like a scarf, where it doesn't connect in the front. If it connects in the front, it could be considered a bolo or a Y drop. This one is a lariat style, sold on Poshmark for $15, paid $1.50 in a high bid lot. This is a little cowboy pin with a little rifle and Old West styled old man. He is a little guy that I picked up from the antique store for $2 when I would rummage through the bins. Got home, tested him. He did test as sterling silver, so he sold on Poshmark for $28, paid $2. All right, this one came in one of the more recent jewelry jars where it was 50 cents a piece per item. This one has that older C clasp. This is a gold filled piece. This only tested as glass, but it has a lot of really good elements going on here. It has that like T-bar hinge thing, tube hinge, and C clasp, gold filled. Sold for $19.99 on eBay, paid 50 cents. This is it's a Monet Bangle, and it's really interesting that it is very like geometric. I do sell plain Monet bangles regularly, as you guys might have seen on my channel if you've been regularly watching. Also, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. In this channel, you can learn a lot about jewelry and reselling and making a profit from home. Anyways, this one sold for $11. Got that in a neighbor lot for $1.50. These are marked TAT on the back, which kind of reminds me of PEP, which is Irwin Pearl. But these actually I couldn't really attribute to a maker, just TAT. So these sold for $14.75 on eBay. I took that offer and I got these in a Shop Goodwill lot for $1. This is like a ribbed wave clip-on earring, only marked TAT. All right, here's the mistake of the weekend. Are you guys ready? I don't even know how this happened. Okay, this one only sold for $4. I don't really sell anything less than $7.99 unless I send her an offer for $7. I don't know. It just doesn't really happen that often. So what happened is this one was listed for $19.99. I mean, we see these a lot if in like jewelry lots and antique stores. This is just that mid-century modern hinged clamper. And what happened, I believe, somehow, is I meant to send an offer for $18 and somehow it sent out an offer for $4 because when I looked at my phone, it said your item sold for $4. Buyer has paid. So you know what? That's not even a big deal. Paid around $1. I'm not even going to worry about it. They got blessed with a deal and we're going to move on. And I'm not even bothered by that. Now, if it was like something like this or, something that I really enjoy myself and I have in my collection, then I might have had more of a problem. But that one is fine. We're good. I really have no idea how that even happened. So anyways, this is just a simple Avon like flat snail chain. This is, it doesn't have a pendant or anything, but gold tone chain, costume jewelry, vintage chains like this, I do market as like unisex or men's just to broaden my audience. And I honestly feel like that's why these sell. This one in particular sold on Etsy for $18 after shipping. My earning was $14.10 and paid around $1. Okay. These I also got at the antique store for $2 in those bins. This is a Domicine. There we go, up close. Beautifully etched square Domicine clip-on earrings. There's the back. So it looks like you could wear them in that diamond shape. Okay, this one also sold on Etsy for $28 after shipping. My earnings were $24.25 and I paid $2. Okay, this one I think is going to a Santa Claus. His picture on Etsy looks like a Santa, and it is a tree tie pin, so that is very appropriate, and that just brings me a lot of joy in itself. So this one sold on Etsy for $15 minus shipping. My earnings were $11.19, and I paid around $1. You guys are noticing, I think every single weekend I sell some Avon jewelry. Not afraid to list it. Love selling it. It is like pretty decently made. There are collectors still out there. And I just love the vintage styles. Okay, here is one of my favorite sales this weekend, and it just sold while I was getting these orders together. So thank you so much. You know who you are. I'm not going to say your name, but thank you so much. This is honestly probably my favorite Weiss piece ever. Look at these rhinestones, and it's a shield. I don't see a lot of Weiss shields like this, and I didn't really see any green. So this one was a little bit special. This one I picked up for $20. It's marked Weiss right there on the back. All the rhinestones are in really great shape. This one sold for $75, and this is definitely a collector's piece. Love it. Okay, next is this sterling ring that I got in a Shop Goodwill sterling lot where each piece was around $2.50. This one is marked 925, and it's peace signs all around, so it's like hippie, and I guess it could be unisex. This honestly reminds me of like my best friend growing up, and you remember like when mud clothes was sold, and they had peace signs and things like that all over it, and you wore them as like rings like this as thumb rings. That's just what it's reminding me of, that like Y2K vibe. Anyways, sold for $21, paid around $2 on eBay. All right, these I just picked up. These also came in that antique store bin for $2. These are the DCE sterling with gold plating over the sterling, genuine pearl screwbacks. These sold for $18 and I paid $2. Now, this is my second or third time selling that brand, DCE. I think I have one more pair of earrings left by this brand, so I think I'm inclined to keep picking that up. All right, I've sold, what is it? German pins. These are German. This is a lot of 2. So these like collectible, what are they? Mountain ranges or hiking destinations, something. This is an Edelweiss flower. This is, what is this? Hiking, right? Mountain climbing with the pickaxe. Something's happening here. But I've sold these kind of souvenir pieces very often, and this one sold together for $17.99 on eBay, and I got these out of a jewelry jar for around 50 cents. Okay, I've had this necklace for a while. It finally sold. I don't even remember like what keywords I put in here. Colorful, festival, multicolored, dyed shell, just fun, vibrant party, right? This one sold for $17.99. I'm actually pretty surprised about that. Yay. And I got this in a Shop Goodwill lot for around $1. I might have even gotten this in a Goodwill blue box. Before I would bid on Shop Goodwill, I would get blue boxes often and find good stuff. But a lot of the stuff like this is not necessarily stuff I would pick up at the antique store, but you like list it anyway because you already purchased it. So things like this that I've had a while could have come from a blue box. I just don't do blue boxes anymore. All right. Ooh, these are my favorite. Okay, do you know why these were my favorite? They were in my collection upstairs. Let me pull them out for you. A lot of you on the Facebook page and also commenting on past video tried helping me with these. I am 95% convinced that these are Juliana because there are similar ones, very, very similar, that are the same marquee shaped teardrop bezel set stones, the same type of filigree, and the same haloed rhinestone top, and the same back right here, that are confirmed Juliana. The difference is probably this like dimensional folded look to it, and then how these rhinestones are placed. But there's a lot of things that are very similar. There is a website you guys can go to confirm your pieces. It's isitjulianajewelry.com. That can confirm pieces for you. Otherwise, what I do is if the construction is like very much, very similar, highly probable chance that it is a Juliana, I will put like Juliana ? And I've seen some of you guys do that too. So that's me saying I'm not sure, but there's a good chance that it is, or at least in the era and style of Juliana. So these were in my collection and they sold for $45 and I paid $8. Okay, so this is like my smallest jewelry sale, and I think ever. I think this will be my smallest ever. So these are the smallest little stud earrings, unless I find like gold earrings that are smaller than this, but these are just some small floral stud earrings by Avon. I listed them because they're Avon. They're so tiny. These are the kind of earrings that you find after you go through a jewelry jar, and these are just in the bottom and you find a match. So these were Avon, sold for $7.99, you guys. Some little Avon studs. And I got those in a Shop Goodwill lot for around $1 or less. And then here's a bundle. I love selling bundles, and I'm really glad these I just listed, but these I've had a while. I'm not sure how I'm going to ship these yet because these are glass bangles. I'm actually surprised that these took so long to sell. They actually sound really cool. They have like an iridescent like coating over them, and they just are really classic colors. So these sold along with like these big emerald forest green swirled lucite hoops, and they sold for $26 on eBay. Oh, that reminds me, I need to refund them some shipping because they had paid for both of these separately, so I need to refund some shipping for that. Anyways, and I got them in about a Shop Goodwill lot, like 2 separate Shop Goodwill lots. So I paid around $2 for those. All right, I will put my earnings for jewelry up on the screen. Okay, next, I'm selling hard goods. Yay. This is my little hard goods sale this weekend, and it's going out to a viewer, a Facebook Facebook group member. So I posted these, still don't know what they are. Possibly tapered candle wrapped glass. They are glass. They're hand made. You see like where they had pulled the wings, and they're not symmetrical. They have like a little screw down down the bottom. And some people suggested that these were possibly napkin rings. I don't know. They just feel far too delicate to put like a big chunky napkin in there, like a fabric napkin, but also for tapered candles. Don't you think that if they burn the candle, these would like fall off? I don't know. That's an idea. I mean, if you never burn the candle, like wedding candles or something. But anyways, these are going to a viewer. She really likes, I think the same style of glass that I like really feminine, and she really likes hummingbirds. So these are going out to her for $10. She paid through PayPal, sent me an email at lilyworksreseller@yahoo.com, and we figured it out that way. So thank you so much, and let's go get some shoes. Okay, so we have some good shoes going out and some mistake shoes right here. I've sold this actual style with the orangey reddish brown. I think this is my second or third time. And yeah, this is just a classic Clark's Bendables sandal, size 11, I believe. So a little bit bigger of a size. And I picked these up at the Goodwill bins for around $2. The Goodwill bins is where you pay by the pound. I just recently recorded a video there. If you're interested in that at all, it's one of my more recently uploaded videos where I braved the bins. But I found some pretty good things. And these sold on Poshmark for $23, which is pretty typical for Clark's. Okay, these I picked up at the Goodwill bins when the bins were very slow, when they're very picked over and there's hardly anything and you kind of want to make your trip worthwhile. So paid around $2 for these. I got them because they're new with tags, still with TJ Maxx on it. Yeah. Should not have done that because these have taken over a year to sell, I believe. These finally sold for $14.60 and paid $2. All right, these shoes, this is a brand to look out for. It's become pretty well known within the last 2 years. The brand is Vionic. So this is a comfort orthopedic brand. This is Vionic Pro, which is more for like non-slip workwear. These are barely worn at all. These sold for $39.99 on eBay, and I paid $5.99 at Goodwill for these. And I would still pick up Vionic now if I see it at Goodwill. All right. These I did pay up for, again, $9.99. Born shoes are like my favorite brand of shoes, like to resell or anything, because they're bread and butter and they're really high quality, very comfortable. Men's tend to, the men's Born shoes tend to be slower for me. Men's shoes in general can sell for a higher price than women's, but sometimes they're just slower. So I did pay up $9.99 for these because they're in just really great shape, right? Like barely worn besides like a little bit of dirt in those like crack areas. But honestly, super, super great condition. And they sold for $33 on eBay. So not the greatest flip, but yeah, I probably would pay like $6.99, $5.99, $6.99 for those. Again, I honestly think that they should have sold for like between $45 and $50 because of how great of shape these are in. So anyways, those sold. And then lastly, these are some Emu boots, which I come across quite often, and you might too. These are all Sherpa line in the inside though, and they're in really great shape. They're a tall boot. So a lot of the emu boots kind of have that Ugg boot look where they're like shorter and the classic Ugg boot style. I've also sold those before. These sold for $59.20. Got those at the Goodwill bins for around $4. And lastly, I have my belts and other accessories, including a tie. So this one sold, just waiting on payment. I'll probably get that soon, and I'll print out a label. This is I think no-name brand. It kind of looks like White House Black Market with that skinny jeweled rhinestone buckle. Paid 50 cents for this. This one sold for $14.99. It is croc embossed. Took a bit to sell, but good profit on that one. I've sold another belt that I've already shipped out, but I'm going to include it because it sold yesterday or 2 days ago, and I had to ship it out ASAP. They needed it. It was a limited Sophie something, and it took forever to sell. Sold for $14.99. Picked it up for 50 cents at the bins. And then we have this Hermes tie that I got from the bins for like less than 25 cents. There was a bin of Gucci, YSL, Hermes. I got 3 Hermes ties. This is the second one to sell. So yay, that was a definite score. I love paying 25 cents into what? This sold for $85. You guys, this is amazing. And it's clearly marked Hermes on the back, all silk. And I believe it says made in France. I paid $4.20 shipping, making my earnings $80.80. So there is my belts and accessories. Okay, let me know how your sales are going, how they're doing. Finally, things are starting to pick up. I think I mentioned that once school season starts to roll around, things start picking up in the reseller world. Yay. I'm wearing my cozy sweater and my cozy socks because it's finally starting to settle down with the weather. And a lot of you guys in the South are finally starting to become more comfortable with your weather instead of like sweltering in the heat. So fall season is upon us. Pumpkin spice, everything is out there. Oh, if you guys are doing any like low carb diet, please send me some pumpkin-y recipes because I am doing like a low carb keto intermittent fasting diet. Sometimes I do cheat. I went on like a 1 week cheat this past like week or so ago. But now we're back into it and I'm like really missing. We usually make pumpkin chocolate chip muffins every year, and then I freeze them and they freeze so well, and I make so many and they're just really, really easy. So delicious. And I'm really like wanting those. And then if you guys know, like keto cookies that you buy from the store just taste like crumbly almond flour, not into it. So yeah, let me know any recipes that you enjoy actually if it's a low carb. Or any fall type recipes. Ooh, soups. Oh, soups like buttersquash, like roasted buttersquash, kale, chicken. Oh, doesn't that sound so good? Okay, so anyways, back to reselling. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. It really helps the channel out. Yay, we are growing. If you're not already a part of our jewelry Facebook group, you'll find the link down below in the comment section. And as always, make sure you're out there thrifting so you guys can live generously. Bye, guys.